Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Unstop's webinar series, The Unstoppable Talent Sprint. I'm Arjun Jolly. I'm a director with Unstop, and I'm thrilled to have you all join us today. In our first webinar will be centered around the Gen Z community. Our research shows that in the next 3 to 4 years, Gen Zs will make up nearly half of our workforce. This generation thinks, perceives, and acts in ways that often defy our expectations. Today, we have an exciting dialogue lined up with Sumit Chandra from Flipkart. We'll delve into his experiences and insights on engaging with the dynamic Gen Z community and explore what makes Flipkart a leading organization in connecting with this vibrant generation. Flipkart, as you all know, is India's leading e-commerce company, started by just selling books, and today boasts of a customer base of over 350 million, product coverage of over 150 million across 80 plus categories, with a focus on generating direct and indirect employment and a commitment to empowering generations of entrepreneurs and MSMEs and a sustainable growth strategy. Sumit, on the other hand, is a seasoned professional with a celebrated career of over 20 years. He started his journey with an Indian multinational FMCG company in sales and marketing, and then transitioned to talent consulting as a practice head. He's also been a co founder and CEO of a talent search company working with startups and multinationals across APAC. Currently, he's a director with Flipkart and heads executive leadership hiring and university relations across Flipkart and all subsidiary companies. Thank you so much for joining, Sumit, and welcome to our first episode.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Arjun.
Really appreciate you taking out the time.
Yeah.
As the agenda, Sumit, we'll engage in a 20 to 25-minute dialogue, and post which we'll open up the forum for Q&A. Sumit, I'll start off with the discussion.
Yeah.
As a leading brand in your industry and the world of startups, when did Flipkart first identify the need to connect and engage differently with the Gen Z community?
Right. So I think Flipkart's actually started, thinking about this construct of engaging with Gen Zs, many years back. In fact, 8 years back, when we have launched our first Wired, which is a B school competition across India, right? We were the very few companies, 8 years back, who have actually started hiring from, many colleges across India. And it was a very difficult choice as well, because during that point in time, every company was hiring through on campuses, especially from premier colleges and E colleges and B colleges. But I think we realized at a very early game that the future is Gen Z, right? And we were seeing shifts in the way students were actually experimenting with their career choices. And back then, Flipkart, while growing very fast, was still a newer entrant compared to other competitors. So moving towards contest based hiring and hackathons to tap into this new pool was really important for us. And then came grid, and we have just increased the focus on this mode. I think it was also very difficult to onboard our tech and business leaders with this construct. But I think the way these programs like Wired and Grid have grown in last couple of years, I think it has created a lot of impact for the organization, for Flipkart, and for the ecosystem as well. I mean, imagine every college across India can actually register in a brand like Wired and Grid. So that is how we have created, and that is how we realize that engaging differently with Gen Z is very, very important, and that is how we did a couple of years back.
Sure. And Sumit, driving these changes internally also are not easy. Can you talk a little bit about what was the mindset at the point in time when
It was,
these?
yeah, it was very, very difficult. I think it was a very huge change management in the organization, because I mean, we used to hire only from on campuses, only from premier colleges, right? And transforming the mindset from on campuses to a construct like hackathons and contest based hiring was really very difficult. But I think the way we have kind of did this in last couple of years, which has done a lot of impact for the organization. And luckily, we have hired a lot of very good quality talent from non-premier colleges, which has created the mindset, and all the tech and even the product leaders, business leaders were onboarded with the fact that this is the right way to go forward, and this is the right medium to hire good quality talent apart from on campuses.
And Sumit, Unstop and Flipkart have now been partners for many years, and three of your biggest campus engagements, which is Great Wired and Runway, is conducted in partnership with us.
Right,
Now, over a period of many years, Flipkart has engaged with over 1 million Gen Zs now across these engagements.
right.
Could you talk about what are some of your key observations and learning through the years and the engagements?
Yeah, so I'll talk about three observations. So first is, there's a lot of focus on getting exposure, quality of work followed by work-life balance, and of course the rewards associated with it, right? The second is we also see Gen Z having a very strong propensity for growth post joining, and they compare a lot. So it's difficult task for organization these days to manage such level of talent. The third is engagement has also seen a significant change with equal focus on virtual and in-person sessions. We see a lot more interest from students in hackathons, master classes, and case studies, etc. And there's a lot of focus on alum feedback, which influences their choices. So as an org, the focus has to be on these. So these are three very, very important aspects which we saw, and these are the key observations which we saw in last couple of years while hiring through these platforms like Gridwide and Runway.
And as we sort of move forward and look at it today, Flipkart today has sort of truly democratized its campus hiring process.
Yeah.
As you also rightly mentioned, initially the participation was limited to a few select campuses, and now it's open to all campuses across India and other geographies as well. So, what was the thought behind this strategy and shift, and what has changed for you and Flipkart since this implementation?
Yeah, see, the thought was fairly straightforward, and we strongly felt that talent can actually come from anywhere across India, right? And we just wanted to give an open field to the entire ecosystem in India, where they can come participate, discover, these kind of platforms, apply, and experiences the word of maximization, right? We truly call ourselves an equal opportunity employer. We need to open up and be truly inclusive, and we are very inclusive with the fact that these programs are very inclusive programs across India. And of course, we have never diluted our hiring bar, and we started small just to be fine tune and onboard business and tech leaders to this new approach, and then scaled it up in a very significant way. The second was, what has changed is that we don't even look at which campus the person is from, right? We only look at talent, which has changed a lot of mindset, right? Initially, a couple of years back, we were only seeing the name of the colleges, but right now, we don't see the name of the colleges. We only see the talent coming from these colleges, right? And that's a huge shift, and something that big brands still don't believe in or don't want to, even when they call themselves equal opportunity employers. So, I mean, the construct of hiring has changed, and Flipkart as an organization, we believe in democratizing talent in a big way, and we have done it on all these years. And there's a true validation from programs like Grid and Wired.
Absolutely, and we sort of echo the same ethos that hiring today should be based on skills and just not
Yeah.
qualifications. And as we sort of move forward, as you relook and compare your campus engagement strategy and hiring process to the present times today, can you share with us your learnings and improvements you've seen to the process over the years?
I think, I mean, we were highly surprised from last, I think, 4 to 5 seasons, both in Grid and Wired, because the kind of talent we have hired from non-premier colleges, non-tier colleges, has been exceptionally well. I mean, they are doing exceptionally well in Flipkart in last 3 to 4 years. So the quality of talent is actually very, very good. And if you see the metrics, the hiring metrics, the contest-based hiring forms roughly around 20 to 30% of our overall numbers in technology, which is huge, by the way. Okay. While in B colleges, it is almost 50%, like 50% of hiring we do through these contest programs, right? We see more democratization in technology where learning is individual led. While in B schools, it's the traditionally stronger campuses that have been doing well. But to give you overall metrics, I think last year also we hired more than 25% through grade in our technology fresher hiring, which is a huge number. And I'm very hopeful that for next year, I mean, grade 6.0 is live right now. And I'm very hopeful that we will be hiring in numbers next year because the hiring is going on very aggressive even this year. And even the next year numbers are looking very promising. So uh, I think it will be very good for the ecosystem to obviously participate in such programs because as a company we give brilliant opportunity and platform to these fresher ecosystem. And I'm very sure that moving forward, once the hiring numbers are huge and significant, the ecosystem will also get a lot of benefit. So yeah, I mean, just cutting short, I think we hire a lot of people from these programs, roughly 20 to 30% in technology and roughly 50% in B schools.
These are actually very heartening numbers to
Yeah.
hear. And further building on this, I know you've been talking about your percentage of overall intake of campus hires through these engagements. But what would you say would be the percentage that would constitute the non-tier one intakes?
It is more. I think I don't have the ready-made numbers right now, but if I see the metrics from last 3 to 4 years, I think we have hired bunch of people from the non-tier colleges, and the good part is that these are the talent which are actually doing extremely terrific in Flipkart. I mean, I've seen their ratings, their performance, their productivity, and the ways of working and the kind of commitment they show in Flipkart is exemplary, Arjun. So I think and see the construct of the program is also very similar, right? We actually wanted to give open field to all the fresher ecosystem in India to kind of participate and register with Grid and Wired. And once they are selected, once they go through the evaluation process, if they are selected, we will definitely hire. And I think next year the numbers will be humongous because this year we have hired a lot of people through Grid and Wired. And next year, I think the hiring bar or the numbers looks quite promising. I'm very sure that. And this year, as you know, that the participation and registration in Grid is close to 4.85 right now, which is terrific. So thank you for that.
We should be crossing the 5 lakh number
We
this year.
we should we should.
Absolutely. And Sumit, as you look at the investments, Flipkart continues to make in these competitions, and in your own processes, what degree of change have you evaluated in Flipkart's employer brand perception? And are there any examples you can highlight or a few metrics you track to measure progress and success?
I think that's a question you can actually answer for me, because Flipkart continues to grow strong in multiple categories, be it product, tech, or B school. As evident at the Unstop Awards, we got a lot of awards, last year and even last 3 4 years, we are getting continuous awards. Wide was number one in last 3 years. Grit was also number two last year and one last year. So apart from awards, I think we also look at our reach, our impressions, how far and wide we are reaching, which is a measurement of success for us, right? And the engagement, right? And the kind of hiring we do. So these are some of the success metrics.
Absolutely. And also, possible for you to share with us, some of the biggest challenges Flipkart had faced initially trying to engage with Gen Zs, and how did you sort of overcome it?
I think I discussed this. I think there was a mind shift, which we have to do as part of change management. Because initially the impression was that we'll go in top campuses and we will hire. But I think as and when we have grown towards, Gen Z hiring, we realize that, this is the future of hiring. and we have changed the gear from on-campus hiring and move towards hackathons and contest-based hiring through Grit and Wired, which became very, very popular. And in fact, Grit and Wired is obviously the number one B school and E school case competition challenge in India. And also from the metric standpoint, I think the kind of talent we have hired through these platforms, as I told you, they are doing exceptionally well in Flipkart, and we are very hopeful that we will keep growing this platforms in next couple of years, and we will hire more and more people through Grid and Wired. And it's an opportunity for the ecosystem as well. I think it's a humble request to the entire fresher ecosystem that please come and participate and register in a Grid and Wired kind of a platform, because this will give you a very straight entry into Flipkart, right? Whether we are coming to your colleges or not through on-campus, kind of a gate, but this is the right channel for you to participate and come in Flipkart.
And we are currently live with Flipkart Grid Season 6. So, I know we've talked about it, but very briefly, what are some of your expectations this year, and how are you planning to surpass your previous achievements?
Yeah, I mean, we want it to be a bigger and better, and I think the registration number is showing that. As we speak, we have crossed, last year registrations, and with a few more days left, I'm very sure that we will hit even 5 lakh plus registration, which is a terrific number. I don't see any company in India can actually reach to that registration number. And parallelly, we are also working with our tech teams to ensure interesting problem statements which will be presented to the students as a part of evaluation and calibration process. See, this program Grit is a mind-boggling, I think, platform, right? And imagine the kind of problem statement we will expose, and these are real-time customer problems, right? We will expose these problem statements to the larger student fraternity, and they will come experience the word of maximization, disruptive ideas, and stuff like that. It's a mind-boggling opportunity for the student ecosystem, and if you really want to experience the word of maximization, the word of bigger ideas, word of solving real-time problem statements, then I think Grid is the right place for you. And
Absolutely.
also, I think a lot of PPIs and PPOs, right? I mean, you will get an opportunity of coming to Flipkart as a full-time, employee and as an intern and stuff. So there are a lot many gifts, there are a lot many awards, there are a lot many, opportunities which are lined up for you if you crack, the bar, the process, and stuff like that.
Yes, absolutely. And if I recall, in the last 1 or 2 seasons alone through the Wired program, you've had an intake of more than 400 from this engagement.
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, Wired is a very successful, I think, platform for us. And as I told, almost 50% of the hiring we do through Wired, right? And even this year we are planning close to 50% of hiring, which is a massive number, by the way, right? And which also shows that as a company we are very inclusive, and the way we are democratizing talent in India, right? We strongly believe, Arjun, that talent can come from anywhere, and that's the only reason we are giving an open playing field to every student across India to come experiment, discover with Flipkart, and participate and take it forward from there.
Sumit, while I had a couple of more questions for you, but I have a line of questions coming in from our audience. So
Sure.
we'll deep dive into the questions we've received. Um, the first question is around how does Flipkart ensure that Gen Z employees have a clear and achievable growth path within the company?
See, obviously we have a very strong performance evaluation process, and career progression process, where we thoroughly believe that every individual who is coming in the ecosystem is the owner of their own career, right? And rather than companies become owner of their career, I think we push employees to become owner of their career, and be very open to their managers, to their skip level to the HR, and be very open about their growth opportunities, right? As a company, we have a very strong career progression path internally. We have a very strong internal mobility program where students or employees can actually apply to different roles across the organization over a period of time. So you will not get bored. For example, if you are doing a engineering role for 2 years and then you want to do a product role, you can easily apply through internal mobility program, and you can change your gear from engineering to product or product to business, right? I
Yeah.
think, just to summarize, I think rather than we owning your career, I think we push people to own their own careers and apply to these internal, kind of platforms through career progression paths and internal mobility programs, and own their own career and take it forward from there.
And what advice would you sort of offer to other organizations that are looking to effectively engage with Gen Zs today?
I think try to understand Gen Z in terms of what is their purpose statement, in terms of what they want to do. I think it is very clear that Gen Z are very clear about their career choices, quality of work, their purpose of work, their work-life balance, quality of life, etc. I think once you understand the behaviors and the mindset of this Gen Z, then you can make your hiring in such a way that you are targeting right set of candidates, and then it will help not only the candidate ecosystem but also the companies, because then you will be able to hire a right set of candidates which will assimilate or onboard faster as compared to other employees, which takes time.
And I'll further build on this because you're one of those executives who's sort of interacted with the maximum number of Gen Zs today. So, according to you, what are some of the primary motivational factors of Gen Zs?
I think one is the quality of work, right? And the kind of impact they will create in the ecosystem, right? I spoke to lot many candidates, and in fact, I have given a lot of speeches in too many colleges of late, right? I think the mindset of these, students have changed dramatically, right? They focus more on quality of work, work-life balance, um, the solving very complex problem statements, going very deep in problem statements and solving and creating impact for the organization, right? And hence they want a lot of visibility, flexibility, and obviously rewards, right? Because if you're doing excellent stuff, obviously you want to be rewarded the way you are doing your work, right? So I think reward, quality of work, work life balance, the purpose of your work is also very very important, because I've realized that they actually wanted to define purpose of their work and then they want to deliver, which is a very great thing, by the way. They are not doing ad hoc work. They are actually realizing the quality of work, the purpose of that work, and then they are delivering in that fashion.
I couldn't agree more, and that's the same sentiment your colleagues and other senior executives echo during our roundtables. And you did pick up a point around rewards, and there's always this misconception that reward is related to monetary rewards. Um, what kind of rewards do you think really excite and motivate Gen Zs today?
See, a lot of things. I think we have a very strong R&R framework. We call it as a rewards and recognition, and it's not only monetary. I mean, you're pointed on that. I think, I mean, if you're recognized in your workplace, right? If people notice you, the way, the kind of work you have done or kind of impact you have created in the ecosystem, I think people will feel happy about it, right? It's not only money, but I think Flipkart has given both, right? It has rewarded people rightly. It has also recognized people rightly, right? For example, our stock options plan. It's a very long term, monetary benefits, but as a company, we believe creating wealth creation opportunities for employees, right? And
Hmm.
hence, I think both recognition at work, which is a very systematic process in Flipkart, because we do quarterly R&R, kind of events in Flipkart, and also we give stock option, which is a long-term wealth creation opportunities. And it's not only one time we give stocks every year. basis the performance, productivity, and management discussion, we also offer, refresher grants. So it's both ways, I think, recognition as well as long-term wealth creation opportunities, which will help these individuals to take right calls and stick to the companies they are working in.
And the next question we have is around, are there any specific success stories you have of Gen Z hires who've made a very significant impact at Flipkart? I'm sure there must be many, if you could share a few.
Many, I think, many. I mean, see, I mean, Flipkart is a very tech-intensive organization, and we have multiple business units, right? We have hired people in multiple, engineering areas, like maybe example, customer shopping experience, and seller ecosystem, or maybe the platform teams. To summarize, it's a demand organization or supply organization, and these Gen Zs have created, a lot of impact in these areas, especially in the demand organization or supply organization, where they are working very closely with business and operations team to create a lot of right, business metrics, and creating a lot of good, I think, product which has created a lot of top line and bottom line, changes in the ecosystem. So I think a lot of success stories, and as I told in my last statement as well, I think we are very, very proud to hire through Grit and Wired, and luckily we have hired a lot of quality, because our hiring bar is very, very stringent. The way we hire is very, very different, so we have never compromised on hiring, right? Yet we have hired people from non-tier colleges, which is a great thing. And we are very proud of hiring people from non-tier colleges, and they are doing exceptionally well in Flipkart, especially in technology, in business areas. I think they have done extremely terrific work, and the metric shows that. And that's the only reason we will continue hiring through Grade. I mean, this is the best medium of hiring, top class talent across India.
It's democratization of process and opportunities in its
Yeah.
truest sense.
Yeah, we truly believe in democratizing talent, because we thoroughly believe that this is the only way you can, open channels to all the student fraternity in India, and you can hire best of the best through these hackathons and contest-based hiring. Because when you are running these programs in a massive nature, you get best of the best talent, and from these best of the best talent, through proper scrutinizing and assessment, you get even more best talent from that. And that is how we believe, and we have hired best of the best talent in the last couple of years through Grid and Wild.
And as you sort of foresee the future, what, according to you, are some future trends that you see in engaging with Gen Zs? And has Flipkart started preparing for them?
Yeah, we are actually working on too many models right now, because the future is Gen Z. You also said that 50% of the workforce in future will be Gen Z, right? And we have realized this couple of years back when we have launched Wired, right? The first Wired 8 years back, right? I think we have realized that the future of hiring is Gen Z, and in fact, we have also hiring in a very different field within engineering, which is the application engineering field. And we are hiring, that domain with some of the non-tier colleges across India, right? We are already experimenting with couple of other skill set hiring, through these programs, because we thoroughly believe that it's not only software development, UI, or data engineers we will hire from these programs, or data science, but there are a couple of other areas within tech ecosystem which can also be democratized through these forums, right? We already see a lot of success, and I think next 2 to 5 years, according to me, looks very, very exciting for Flipkart, because the way we are hiring for other engineering roles apart from SD or UI roles. We are also anticipating that we will go via these routes to hire such talent,
Mhm.
and we are already getting a lot of success. We have already hired a lot of people. We are already getting success. We will definitely hire a lot of other streams in technology moving forward, and we are very, very sure that future is absolutely stunning for Flipkart.
We hope the same. We hope the same. Sumit, I have a lot more questions coming in, but I want to be mindful of your time
Yeah,
and of our participants who've joined in. Our teams will try to address these questions
sure,
separately at a later stage. But
sure.
Sumit, on behalf of Unstop and everyone who's participated today, thank you so much for taking the time and for sharing your insights and your learnings with us.
Thank you so much, Arjun. Thanks for having me here.
And thank you everyone for participating today in Unstop's webinar series, Unstoppable Talent Sprints. We have more of such sessions lined up for the future, and these will be announced on our website, on our LinkedIn page, and other social media platforms. Once again, thank you so much for participating. Take care and have a great rest of the day.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.